You can go anywhere in the world and you'll always meet a Navajo.
I'd like to believe that we're going to continue to be Navajo people 100 years down the road, 500 years down the road, speaking the language.
Navajo people are unique people. The way they look, their hair, which gives them knowledge, and the way they wear their jewelry.
They call this the Four Corners, where the four states meet.
It's great to be a Dene, which means the people.
Well, we're considered the biggest tribe here in the United States. We're a little bit over 300,000 strong, and we still have many of our medicine people with us. We still have many of our ways with us.
We consider ourselves to be called the Dene.
The Navajo Nation is actually one of the largest in the United States. We have a reservation, and it's the size of West Virginia.
We've had a number of Indian nations who look up to and work with the Navajo Nation.
The Navajo encompasses 300,000 people inhabiting an area over 14 million acres of reservation land. The Navajo Nation office operates in Window Rock, Arizona.
That's what we call ourselves, is the people. As the legend goes, that the Navajo people, they split. So it's really interesting to hear that. And then to know that, the Athabascans, there's Apaches too. They're in the area too, that, they're our cousins or distant relatives.
Keeping their traditions adds to the collective esteem of the Navajo. Leaders like Chief Joe Shirley create a balance between commerce and culture.
We're trying to do something about the preservation of our way of life.
The elders that we have left, they still, they get up early in the morning before dawn. And they pray with the corn pile, and that's what makes us strong. In the old days, they used to, have sheep, cattle, horses. We used to sleep on a sheepskin, and a small hogan.
The Navajo, perched on the edge of paradise, live within the desert region of the Southwest. Formerly a nomadic tribe, part of the Dene family survives in northern Canada. Today, the Dene are the largest tribe in the world in terms of size, population, and economic power.
We're protected when we wear our jewelry. It's like a shield to us. We're within the Four Sacred Mountains. We live within the Four Sacred Mountains.
I am the curator here at the Navajo Nation Museum. The Navajo Nation Museum is a program of the Navajo Nation Historic Preservation Department. So I met Ronnie in August of 2002. He lives his traditional ways. Men have been weaving since the beginning of time. They're teachers. They put a lot of emotion in their weavings.
I live traditional. I like the earth and balance with nature. Sometimes I say all I need is water and food. The night is on edit and a bank became a mazot Asian could artit or the shall I like to spin fine wool. There's a texture that I like, and then with my own design. Some of the designs I have is my grandmother's design, so I kind of like to keep that within the family. There's never a day that goes without my grandmother. So when I'm weaving, I always think of her. I'm just at peace, and I love it.
Sand painting is an ancient ceremony that has become an art form. The healing ceremony would last 2 to 9 days, and finally the sand art would be destroyed. Eventually, this ceremony would be transformed into an art form.
I started painting on pressboard. I still use natural earth color sand. The elders say that there's holy people within the four directions. And when you make that painting, they're summoned. You call upon them. They're the one that represents that painting.
Leaders like Chief Joe Shirley have marked a new era of leadership that highlights culture and commerce. As a traditional man with a foundation of family, he walks his talk and allows the development without the cost of culture or tradition.
We like to believe that our land is a dry land, meaning that the sale of alcohol is prohibited. We try to control our borders, we try to control our roads. It's a dry land.
Culture is very important. You know, everything we do, we stress culture in every area. In family, you know, at home, we teach our kids their clan system. We are our mother's clan.
If you look back in the oral history, the eagle has played a major role in all native cultures. That's the most powerful symbol. To continue that, the ancient technique of tufa casting, you know, is something really special. You have to work in a harmonious way. You can't go into the studio with anything negative. So that spirituality part plays a major role in a lot of my work. I put a lot of positive energy into my pieces. Like for myself, that, you know, I'm trying my best to stay grounded and to keep with the tradition alive, and that's foremost important for me. You know, I'm doing something right.
I always have had it within us to be independent, and I'd like to encourage each and every native to go towards that, to believe that, to be a proud individual, to be a proud nation.
The Navajo Nation has to be steered in the right direction. Our economy, our educational system, our cultural beliefs have to make sure that they're on course so that we are able to continue to grow and still be Dene.
But I'd like to get back to our independence, to where we don't have to be dependent on the U.S. government anymore. I'd like to see individual Navajos out there freestanding, sustaining themselves by their own resources, by their own means. We're very conscientious about it. I think the younger generation, they're very conscientious about it. They want to continue to be Navajos. They talk to me about it. And that's what you call being a true sovereign nation.
For some First Nations communities who struggle to find salvation, the Navajo have provided a clear, positive vision of the future that we can all follow.